A very good evening to you. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to Sports Tonight. This is the midweek edition of the show. It's a Wednesday night, and we're here to do what we love to do the best, which is to talk sports and to update you with the goings on in this very exciting, interesting, fast-paced world of sports. My name is Tony Bitoye. I want to start off the show tonight by introducing to you my partners on the program. They will be with me for the first part of the show. Let me introduce to you someone who is joining us for the first time, but I hope he finds time to show up on a regular basis on Sports Tonight. But we're happy to have him. Very knowledgeable young man, Joseph Mukuzi, is joining us on Sports Tonight for the first time. Joseph,
hello,
thank you for joining us on the show.
Pleasure is all mine. Nice to be here.
We hope we can get you to come on a more regular basis.
Well, as time permits, I will, definitely.
And of course, to my far right, it doesn't need too much of an introduction, but it's always with us on Mondays, on Wednesdays, is the news editor, I beg your pardon, of Sporting Life, one of Nigeria's best-selling sports dailies. Onye Wuchi Nwachukwu is also on the show. Onye, good to have you as well on Sports Tonight.
Always a pleasure, Tony.
As we speak, the fourth semi-final game is going on of the 2017 Africa Cup of Nations. Burkina Faso against Egypt is goalless as we speak. But what we'll be doing on the program is a difficult day to do a show when that kind of game is going on. But I'm sure a lot of people are watching, and they want us to do them the favors of regular updates. So as you are watching Sports Tonight this Wednesday, we will be updating you with the results from that game. Once there's a score or something changes the score line, you can be sure we'll react very quickly on the show and tell you about it. But what kind of game are you expecting, Oyin?
Very compact, Tony. So much at stake.
First half already gone?
Yeah, first half already gone. So much at stake. The Egyptians, 7-time champions, they are looking at winning it for the 8th time, unprecedented. Burkina Faso came so close against the Super Eagles in 2013. So they want to also make history. So these two teams have so much to play for. And when you look at the way they have played, Burkinabes play very exciting football. But the Egyptians, Hector Cooper, has been criticized for, playing unattractive football, but getting results. Very compact. They played against Morocco.
A leopard doesn't change his skin.
Yeah, and they got the 3 points. For him, the 3 points, very, very crucial. And
that is why Egypt have not considered a goal in this competition. Essam El Hadri has set a record of the goalkeeper with the longest
clean
sheet, longest amount of time without conceding a goal. He has beat the record of Alion Buka of Cameroon. Is gone the entire competition without conceding a goal. And that says a lot really about Egypt. Yeah. They don't play flamboyant football, the kind of football that we used to know with Hassan Shehatta in those days. Yeah. They are mainly conservative, mainly defensive, but their concentration levels very high. One goal in the 9 minutes and the game is over.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, with El Hadri in charge as the goalkeeper, what they have is a piece of history right in front of them. So so they are highly experienced. They know how to manage their emotions at this time, in the course of a tournament. So definitely, irrespective of what the Burkinabes throw at them, they would always be compact in the back and wait to hit them on the counter. Just at the end of the 3, 4, 5 minutes to the end of the match. So they are very, very mature. Very, very mature, highly experienced. And when you have El Hadri in the team, what it happens, you have echoes of the past, success with them. They have a piece of history, as a matter of fact. So the Egyptians obviously are favorites. The Burkinabes will be stubborn. Normally, they will always, typical West African style, would always come at you. But with the experience of the Egyptians, very consummate in the way they go about it, very calculative, waiting for that time, just to strike. And when
best time to strike.
And when they do,
no coming back.
No coming back. Ghana can testify to that.
Uganda
can testify. And Morocco, they've not considered any goals so far. So they are really an experienced side. No, but of course you can't bet against the Egyptians at this stage.
All right. So that's the Egyptians for you against Morocco. Only in this game. They are back against the wall for most of that game. Yes. Sometimes you will be asking yourself what kind of luck is keeping Egypt in this game. They had a lot of opportunities to have gone behind. Yes. They could have even considered own goals in this game. But 87th minute, and then this happens, and the game is over.
Yeah, so you remember after this game, Hervé Renard told the rest of Africa that the Egyptians are back. You know, I think.
And they have a very young squad.
Yeah, he tried.
Apart from Eladari and Ahmed Fati and a few of the other guys.
Yeah, El Nedi is there playing for us now. You know, Hervé Renard threw everything he had upstairs against these Egyptians, but you know they absorbed the concentration level so high, very disciplined sides. They hardly give anything away. And when you are playing against such sides, you have to be very, very careful. And that's what they did against the Moroccans. So for the Burkinabes, let's see how they cope against these Egyptians. We are the receiving end against them too, during the Nations Cup qualifiers. We can't forget in a hurry what Mohamed Salah
did in the dying minute in Kaduna
against us in Kaduna. Exactly. So this is a team that.
And then the kind of goal they scored against us in Alexandria. Goal mouth scrabble, very scrappy, but was just enough.
They get the job done.
The job is done.
That's the most important thing.
All right, the game is on now. Second half of that game. So it's still goalless, and Burkina Faso against Egypt. So we'll find out. This is a very important part of the game, the second half. Is this game going to stretch into extra time, or will Burkina Faso do to Egypt what they did to Tunisia, producing a magical, forceful second half performance? Will they be able to do it? They are called the Stallions, and there's a reason why they are called the Stallions. They have some guys there that are like stallions. Nakulma, Banse, Traore, very energetic, full of running, very young side. So I think it's a game that you just. And
at this level too, I think they boast of experience. When they played the Super Eagles in the finals,
a lot of naivety.
They had Petropa and some of those players. I think about
Kabori. Some of them are there.
They are still in.
Petropa is out of this one injured now.
He's out. You look at them. You want to give it to them. They too at this level. They have some form of experience, and let's see how it goes. For me, it could go either way because there's so much at stake.
I have a feeling that the Egyptians really want to win this competition just to make up for the numbers of Nations Cup they've not been in. So they really,
but they have the record. They have record 7 victories.
But they want to have 8.
Let them allow some catching up. Let them allow some catching up. But then, of course, they want to come back with a bang, as Joseph said. Yes, so yes. We'll keep our eyes on that game. All right, let's bring you into all of this. We know you are watching that game, but let's bring you in. What role can you play? Feedback, very key. That's the role we want you to play tonight. We want you to talk to us. We want you to tell us what you think will be happening around that semi-final game currently going on. Egypt against Burkina Faso. We also want you to talk to us about the game that will be played tomorrow, Ghana against Cameroon. Talk to us about it as well. That also looks like a mouth-watering encounter that is difficult to call. Take advantage of the platforms that you see on your screen for feedback on Facebook, on Twitter, to talk to us on the program tonight. We will like to get your thoughts and then find out exactly what you have to say. So look into your crystal ball very clearly, and you can tell us what you think will be happening at the end of the semi-finals of the Africa Cup of Nations. Let's also tell you that you can keep track of all our top stories on our website. That's www.channelstv.com. You could also view us on youtube.com/channelsweb. All right. If you click on m.channelstv.com, it takes you to your home for the news. That's if you want to watch it on your iPad, your iPhone, your BlackBerry. And if you download the Channels app for Android, for iOS, for Windows from their respective stores, that's the perfect place for you to be, because you are keeping Channels at your fingertips 24/7, and Channels is also happy to have you so close by so that you can keep track of all that we're doing. And as you do all of it, don't forget to tell us where your comments are coming from. We just want to appreciate you a lot more for that as we read your comments out to all those who are watching. All right, so that's it for the feedback. And as we told you, semi-final game, one is going on tomorrow. There will be another one, Ghana against Cameroon. Talk to us about that one as well. The Ghanaians were losing finalists 2 years ago. Will they beat Cameroon, 4-time champions, and go one step better than last year? Well, only time will tell. We'll find out about all of that tomorrow. But let's also take you to England now and tell you that the English Premier League is up and alive, and it's going well. You can see on your screen the results of the games currently going on as we speak in the English Premier League. Manchester City are 2-0 up, and Kevin De Bruyne and David Silva are the scorers for City in that one. West Ham are down at home to Manchester City United, and all City still goalless. The third time these teams are meeting in about 3 weeks, and of course Stoke City are 1-0 up over Everton. We had a lot of games yesterday. Arsenal losing at home to Watford, Chelsea, Liverpool playing out a 1-1 draw, and of course the race for the top, the bottom of the log, as exciting as ever. All right, but guys, let me quickly come to you on this one. Onye, a lot of people believe that the English Premier League race is nearing its end. I don't want to believe that. Chelsea may be 9 points clear of the pack, but there's still a lot of games to play, and there could still be potential banana peels along the way. Yeah,
it's not over, Tony. We saw the game against Liverpool last night. Liverpool had so much dominance in the first half. Chelsea lacking creativity, especially in the first half. But when they made some changes, Fabregas was introduced, and the game turned around for Chelsea, and they could have won that game. Towards the 9 minutes.
Penalty, for Diego Costa.
Costa lost the penalty. He won and lost. And I think on the balance of play, both teams should be satisfied with the draw they got. But saying that the title is over, I don't subscribe to that. There's still many games to play. You could say that Chelsea, maybe no Champions League distraction. The other teams in the pack have some distraction. They don't have Champions League.
United don't have any distractions.
They don't have it, but they have problems too. They've not been consistent. So for me, there's still so much to play for. It's not over yet.
For Arsenal fans, they believe that it's a long walk to the title for them. Losing at home to Watford wasn't in the plan. Yeah. But that's the story of Arsenal this season.
Quite unfortunate, I must say. Arsenal is becoming painful to watch. Very painful.
I'm sure he's listening somewhere.
Very disappointing outing yesterday. I mean, one would have thought that knowing that Chelsea was up against Liverpool.
Opportunity to close the gap.
Exactly, and they just blew it. I'm very disappointed with Arsenal yesterday.
And it looks like all these teams are conniving to hand the title to Chelsea, because Tottenham Hotspur also didn't make it count. They picked the point, but it was an opportunity for them to also put pressure on Chelsea.
The problem with some of these big teams, in quotes, especially Tottenham Hotspur and Liverpool, is that against the smaller teams, they stutter. Yeah. They bring their A games against the big teams. But, if you want to win the league, you have to be very consistent. In fact, when you are not playing so well, you grind out a result or a draw, exactly. To continue to consolidate. But they've not done that, and that's why they have found themselves below Chelsea.
All right, that's what it is at the moment. We'll also update you with the results from that game, from the 3 games currently going on as well in the English Premier League. And once there's a change to the scoreline, once there's something significant in those games, we will do well to let you know. We will be going on a break now. Just to remind you that the semi-final game is going on, and we've played almost 52 minutes of football, Burkina Faso and Egypt, and it is still Burkina Faso 0, Egypt 0. We've played 55 minutes of football in that one, and we'll keep updating you with the results from that game as we go on Sports Tonight. Let's pause now for our first break on the show, and then when we return, we'll take you to Gabon and talk about the fallout from the Africa Cup of Nations. We are told there are different classes of coaches, 2 main classes of coaches, those who have been fired and those who will be fired. We'll talk about all of that and more when we return. Join us again.